Hello, everybody. Toby! Hope everybody's doing okay. First thing is I got a few Loy Souls, so I got 8 of them. So I know the first threshold is at 5. I'm not sure if we're going to get all 50. I kind of looked up what you get. You get to be right next to her and you get her soul. Some people snipe her from down here. I'm not sure if I want to do that, but maybe right before I kill the game. So let's get the first reward. Wait, what? So for the first 5, you get gauntlets and leggings. So all of these are just different gates, so you get like 3 gates on either end. The last one's at 50. So, since we got the gauntlets and leggings, let's take a look at those. I hear they give evil eye effect on female characters, which is interesting. Gauntlets of a Knight of Loyce. Don't know why they dropped Eleum from the title, but the Knights of Loyce were devoted guardians of this land that delved valiantly into the depths of chaos, never to return. The few that survived remain in Eleum Loyce, now frozen over, awaiting the call of their master. Maybe Eleum is like a title, and Loyce is actually the kingdom. Hey, Kill Illuminati. Nice to see ya. Hey, Motsky. I think the leggings say the same thing. Yeah. Knights of leggings of a Knight of Loyce. Yeah, it's the same thing. So you can go back and just fight knights. You can just jump in there and just fight some knights. And it looks like it spawns, what, 3 at a time? On a timeline. It's actually kind of difficult considering this build, but I did get 8, so maybe I'll try and get some more off screen or something. I don't know. We were really close to killing off Lud and Zallen last time, so let's try that again. Oh right, yeah. Someone remind me to go get the Northwarden's robes. Northwarder. Or Sage Frake's robes. I know I kind of rushed through. Actually, let's do that now. While I'm thinking about it. Sorry for the load screens. Everybody calls them Sage Frake's robes because they are. It's yet another Demon Souls reference. Dark Souls 2 has a lot of Demon Souls references. Oh yeah, new fashion. I know I kind of burned through Eleum Loyce and I did miss a bunch of things. Anybody catch the end of Ian B's chill stream of DS2? always kind of surprises me how dense DS2 is. Not sure how much that... Yeah, well... Yeah. Yeah, he just finished today, Illuminati. He put it all on YouTube. He doesn't have, although he highlights everything on Twitch, so it'll be there on Twitch too. So if you'd rather see the chat replay. There, Northwarder. The thing about calling like Demon Souls the first Soulsborne game, it kind of goes back to how I consider what the term Soulsborne actually is. And for me, the term Soulsborne is only a shorthand for modern FromSoft games. It's just a shorthand for that. Everything else, because like Souls is a culmination of Kingsfield, Shadow Tower, and Eternal Ring, with Dark Souls 2 being far more Kingsfield than the other two Dark Souls games. Let me just try this on. This is Sage Freke and DS2's graphics engine. Round. Robe of a Pharosan Sage. In Pharosa, the gods of war were venerated, and sages who led warriors into battle were called Northwarders. Northwarders earned their title only after completing a great journey of great hardship, after which they would be worshipped as oracles of the war gods. Which is interesting, given that all the priestesses here are called oracles. Let me see how the pants look. I was looking for the kappa, but I didn't see a kappa. Oh right, and while I was farming for Loy Souls, I also got Fume Knight and Alonne's armor. So let's take a look at that real quick. This is Fume Knight's armor. UI, please. Armor worn by the Fume Knight. The rebel Rame, after his defeat at the hands of Veldstadt, came to Broom Tower in search of greater strength. When he found it, it came not from a regal father figure like before, aka Vendrick, but from a new-found mother, Nadalia, who gave him a true purpose. Looks pretty neato. Still can't believe I first attempted him on this build. What the hell? This is Alonne's armor. Armor worn by Sir Alonne, who served the Old Iron King. Sir Alonne came to this land from the east, chose to serve a little-known and unestablished lord, and helped him become the Old Iron King. Then, at the very peak of his sire's rule, Sir Alonne set out again in search of lands unknown. He probably was instrumental in taking over Broom Tower, which is probably why he's there in a memory. And here's the thing I think people forget about. I'm gonna costume change again for the effect. I think here's the thing people like forget about in regard to DS2's like memory shenanigans. They're not time travel. It's not time travel. It's very deeply rooted in the philosophy of eternal return, aka time is a flat circle kind of thing from True Detective. It's called Eternal Return. You're experiencing the same event over and over again for the first time. Time is a flat circle kind of thing. So when you enter those memories via the Ashen Mist Heart, you are experiencing that event for the first time and like changing history and memory. It's not time travel, but you are kind of rewriting memories. Because Ash is memory in Dark Souls. Consider that one. And that travels all the way into Dark Souls 3. Ash is memory. There we go. Memories don't last forever. It's sort of like the inverse of that is basically saying, like, why can you stay forever in Ulasil? Because that's actually time travel. Memories are nebulous and... Dang it. Sorry. Where's the house? Housey. There. Or is this a wall? It's a wall. House? House? No? Am I taking the crappy route? It's the way I've been thinking about it, because I've been thinking about it the past bunch of days about memory and Ash and stuff like that, and Ash being memory, is that when you change the memory, you change the past anyway, because history is just a culmination of memories and what people believe and what people think they know. You know what? I just went in a big circle. Hold on a sec. I'm just gonna turn it all the way around. Let Fiva get herself wrecked or something. Alright, here's my... Welp, rip. Yeah, it's just I just started running without looking because I was like answering, thinking about a question. But yeah, when you change memories, you change history anyway, because history is just a culmination of people's memories and how people like remember things or not remember things. And so, what the hell? Bengarl's fighting a horse. Hey, Delseal. You know, as soon as I can, I'm feathering out just to start this again. Where the heck is the house? Oh, Frigid Outskirts. I really need to, like, this wonderful winter wonderland. Da 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 da. Yeah, like it is just like that, Toby. People remember that Artorias fought the Abyss, and they think he won, so that became history. And you went back and like in Dark Souls 1, you did go back in time because that's actually a time shenanigan thing. And you change that history. Sif is the best doggo. Sif is the best video game doggo. I'm only running this way because I wasn't paying attention when I started running. So this is kind of my fault. But how this works into Dark Souls 3 is, I want to say now that the Ashen one. I started that roll too late. Yay, heal spring for me. Yeah, well, whatever. Also, those are undead crypt hollows. You know, I like that thought a lot. That if Ash's memory and light is time in the deep, it's maybe the future? Just gonna start that again. I will pay attention this time. Ash's memory. What a thing. Ah, this way, okay. Well, rip. Just finishing up Dark Souls 2, I think, today. I think we're going to see Darklurker, but I don't think I'm going to win. I'll just read off his soul from a wiki dot or something. Still not sure if I want to snipe Alsanna for her soul. Given the way things work, I doubt you'll get the rest of the armor if you do that. Someone let me know if that's actually the case. This whole section reminds me of The Giver. Well, the end of The Giver. Yeah, I've already gotten the first 2 pieces. Yeah, definitely Deliciel. Ash's Memory. There it is. Which means that's what the Ashen one is. The Ashen one is a memory of a champion. Just gonna... And if they're just... Yeah, you're just a memory in a dying world. I should not be in melee. Alright, fine. Everybody's all healed up now except me? Sure. It's just the way things go. No respect around here. Yeah, and in DS3 too. Yes, it seems that they are using the same lightning as Mirror Knight. Like, it's not Miracle Lightning. Miracle Lightning is definitely still gold. Man, I never know when to roll through those guys. Yeah, and like, things seem to be regressing. Like, everybody's, like, all of the souls are... Vendrick makes a note of this. When the fire fades, the souls of old reemerge. Things start regressing. Damn it! Right in the middle of the life gem. I thought they'd had aggro a little bit more. Do. Darkness can produce its own life, and lightning, apparently. Well, darkness, just to add to that point, most of the Ulasil spells from Dark Souls 1 became hexes in Dark Souls 2. And then they revert to what are my rings anyway? Steel protection, chlorine thief. Ah, there they are. No, there are no hexes in DS1. There are dark spells. Well, actually, no. Humanity-fueled spells, I'd rather say. They make it a very strict point of stating that humanity has weight. But yeah, like all of the hexes of DS2 become quote-unquote Ulasil sorceries in DS3. Let's play the crappiest version of red light, green light ever. Hey, Loki. I wonder if Lothric has roots in Ferosa too. I mean, they talk about shieldless Lothi in Dark Souls through 2. Ah, god damn it. So let's go this way. Yeah, just because of the name. And Ferosa got around. And there's also Lion Knight, what's his face? In Lothric. Who's wearing Ferosa armor. But then again, Ferosa got around, so it doesn't really mean very much anything. Grown feather. Yeah, like doesn't really mean very much anything, but you know, Ferosa did get around. That was dumb. Right as soon as I was dropping lock on. Volgin. Dude, I'm as leveled up as I can be. I'm just in a really crappy build. This build's at like over 150 right now. It's just sorcery is not easy mode in the end game. Yeah, I'm at 150 at the moment. Also, I don't have a long enough sword. The reach on a rapier is pretty terrible. I don't think there even is a meta anymore, is there? Because like there's not a whole lot of people in here, and levels don't really matter. Really, my problem there was I didn't keep them both in my camera, and when I tried to rectify it, it was already about to smack me. Sucks because Lud was about to die. The annoying part is doing this run. And not even just because of the reindeer, it's because it's so long. This run is so long. FromSoft has had some pretty funny hacker prevention things in the past. There was, I'm gonna misremember the story, but Dark Souls 1, they like had Meralda like spawn in and invade people who tried hacking through. And they loved her so much they kept her. And she became an invasion in Blighttown. They thought she was hilarious. Shouldn't have gone for that third. Did Vingirl just not make it in? teleporter. Well, here's the story about the queen. She, just by being next to her king, she sucked all of his energy away from him. Like, and it's implied that he knew it was happening. Like, just by being near her, his vitality and his energy and like his soul was being siphoned away. I'm gonna give this one more try. There's been some stupid deaths. They've all been my fault, but like, some real stupid deaths. And like, it's implied that the king knew it was happening and knew that in his decreased state he probably wouldn't have made it out of like the old chaos, and he didn't. It's kind of similar to how Gwyn would break apart his soul and his power. Somebody asked about the crowns on YouTube yesterday. Yeah, the crowns have figured in all of the Dark Souls games. And again, it's probably the actual story of High Lord Wolnir. Wolnir probably heard the stories of like power in the crowns and then decided, and didn't get the whole story, and decided that he would go conquer a bunch of places and take their crowns and put them into one, because obviously more than one king's crown would be a good thing, wouldn't it? Huh? But he didn't know the whole story, and thus he didn't know that it was special crowns with special abilities for special kings. And he is not that guy. Dang it. I heard that too, and I dodged a bit early. Wolnir heard about the FromSoft lore in loving crowns, and so decided to get some crowns. That's Wolnir's war. That's Wolnir's deepest lore. Damn it. Took my eyes off of this guy. One time. Vengirl's a bro. Yeah, I mean, I had really stupid, like, mistakes during some of those attempts. They're not that difficult. What's difficult is the run back. Toby. Yes! Girl, slay! Like, literally, slay. And your reward is absolutely nothing. Actually, just the souls. Let's read them. Because Lud and Zallen's souls actually shed a darker pall over Eleum Loyce. Soul of Zallen, who served the Ivory King. Each of the Ivory King's 7 beasts. Oh, thank God we don't fight 7 of them. Just saying. I'm just saying. Each of the Ivory King's 7 beasts was conferred a specific duty. Zallen's was the mercy killing of exiles. The wondrous soul of this beast can be used to acquire numerous souls or to create something of great worth. Lud says the same thing. And yes, they serve the Ivory King. They don't serve Alsanna. They serve the Ivory King. And they say mercy killing, but because, like, where else is there to go? But, I don't know. It always kind of struck me as a weird thing to say that, like, this small little kingdom doesn't have any exits to other kingdoms? Yeah, like, Lud and Zallen is just Ava, like, twice. And, like, with double the repair powder needs. So it sheds a bit of a...
I will always be at your side.
It sheds a darker pall over the Ivory King, because Ivory King is probably the most competent and the most whatever, but, like, people who wanted to leave Eleum Loyce got exiled and ended up getting killed by a couple of cats. I don't know. Lud and Zallen's Souls, Hunter M. Is the big one. There's something else too that I remember from my, like, platinum run, but, like, that's the big one.
Go ahead. See what I'm offering.
Yeah, it's very the Giver-esque. Nothing here. Ah, quiet down. Does Straid have anything for them? I don't remember. Cats are super deadly depending on their size, yeah. Somewhere, Siegfried and Roy are very jealous of the Ivory King. Quiet down, Straid. Let me see if there's anything useful. Two Ornifex. people who left were exiles. Kind of sucks. This also means the cosplayers are like the only group I like just haven't killed. And I might not actually kill them. Mostly because the NPCs are kind of useless in that fight. Give me more parrying daggers. Side note, I was watching Dan Prime of Extra Credits, and he's been playing through Dark Souls 3 for the first time. And one thing that struck me was that the Earthil jailers are cursing you in the same way you got cursed in DS2. Same effects and everything, except it didn't, it doesn't have like, what's it called? A meter. Yeah, Extra Plays, I've been watching Extra Plays, since he started his Dark Souls 1 playthrough, and it's been really refreshing to see somebody without any of the baggage just go through the game in like sequence. I find his playthrough really, really refreshing. Let me see here. Lud and Zallen have anything? Yeah, there's Zallen's. And that's Lud. Yeah, like I don't watch all of their arguments, but I like watch like his side quest play. Okay, so Greatsword of the Knights of Loyce. The Knights of Loyce were commanded to strike down each malformed terror that arose from chaos, and they would not hesitate even if it were their own king. And the shield. These are the shields that you fight with, and since farming the Loy Souls doesn't get you these, Lud and Zallen's reward are these. The Knights of Loyce were commanded to strike down each malformed terror that arose from chaos, and they would not hesitate, even if they were their own king. Which is why they're so cheap. 3,000, 1,200. Yes, Ludlith does wear a crown. Actually, all of the king's heads have a crown on it, even if they're not actually wearing them when you fight them. The one that's most striking is actually Prince Lothric, who wears a veil that's over his crown, and he doesn't actually wear a traditional crown when you meet him. His crown is his Izalith robes with the gold thing in the back. I'm like pointing to the back of my head as if you guys can see that. What the heck? Alright, what's left? There's the cosplayers. I hate giving up on it. Let me see if there's any actual people there. Because what we have left is meeting Darklurker, and I'm not sure if we're actually going to beat Darklurker. And then the last three. It shouldn't be a huge issue. Ancient Dragon we don't really need to fight. That's an NPC. That's an NPC. You guys know that saying, cut me off at the legs? Yeah, like all of the Tomie. Anybody here? No? Alright. Me in Sage Freke cosplay is gonna go over here. Actually, I need to pick up some life gems and dump these souls out. But I think Darth Grandhal has a bunch of totally forgot there was a thing. Gonna reset the guys. Ah. It's still free. Awesome.
You are here, young hunted. Now open the depths of darkness. Young hunted.
Let's see here. We'll just buy all of that. Just buy that, and that, and that, and no cast light. I think I read these. Without spoiling it, pretty good table setting. I don't want to spoil it for people. I know this VOD will probably go up way after, but I don't think everybody here watches God or is caught up. Thanks, Darth Grandhal. Let's go. This one is probably the most pain in the butt one. Because right in front of you is a drop. That's a death. So if you're impatient, you'll just die. I think you can avoid spoilers if you, like, just don't care too much. I don't know if that makes sense. This is a great message. Boulder ahead and then this place again? It's a great message, actually. Torch and short I failed. Poison required ahead and then sniper spot. Yeah. There's your Happle. Ricard is here too. Yeah. Nope. Stay back. No. Yeah. Havel is a pain in the butt. Yeah, I don't like spoilers probably wouldn't mean anything to you anymore, Kill Illuminati. Bah. Havel is actually Favel wasn't that bad for my Claymore character, but Ricard was a bitch. Grab those, thank you very much. Yeah, but Giant Rock Monster has high defense against spells. In this game, his Dragon Tooth gives him extra fire and magic defense. Lock on, please. I like how my crown is kind of gold when you're in here. It's true though. I am not playing today, Ricard. Thank you. Oh, right. Okay. Menu still up. Yes, I killed him. The last time I went after Darklurker, I had to depopulate this stupid place. There it is. So she's got a bunch of shodels. Just gonna let the poison do its thing. Alright. Let's give it a college try before we go and more or less end the cycle. Damn it. I was super lucky during that RNG, but I was like in a bad place trying to heal. Darklurker really hated magic. Wondering if it's worth actually going after Darklurker.
I knew that you were special. There is more dark within you than even you know. Dark is the mother of all. All things were born from it.
And there's the gendering of the dark again, as a woman. Great Resonant Spell says... I wonder if Focus Cells is actually useful. Resonant Soul says, a hex that distorts the power of life, emits a dark mass at the cost of souls. Can be used even without souls, but at greatly reduced strength. Great Resonant Spell. A hex that distorts the power of life, emits a large mass of dark at the cost of souls. Can be used even without souls, but at greatly reduced strength. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's gonna actually hit. Like, Darklurker is gonna hit, but that's because he's Darklurker. I'm gonna see if I can't get to Darklurker one more time. He really hated magic, so...
The mouth to the dark chasm is not normally open. If you...
surprising, considering all of, like, every other endgame boss doesn't give one whit for my magic.
May the dark shine your way.
The hard part is getting to Darklurker, which is really kind of what annoys me. I hate you, Ricard, so much. That's why I hate Ricard. Reasons I ended up depopulating this area before I ended up killing Darklurker. Well, he wasn't naked in DS1 either. It's funny how he's Ricard in DS1 in Dark Souls when he's Richard in every other FromSoft game.
Yeah.
Once again, it's one of those
The mouth to the dark
FromSoft self-references. Actually, kill Illuminati. It's what's his face. To Michael. Michael's his dad. Only people who. Michael is the protagonist of Metal Wolf Chaos, and Richard is the antagonist. So, there you go. Richard! Ah! Guys, you guys need to like read or watch a Metal Wolf Chaos playthrough. It is the best FromSoft game most people have not played. Dang it. I hate going to Darklurker. How many effigies do I even have? Eight. I'll give it one more try. It's not like I need the effigies anymore. Yeah, but I like this run to this bonfire better than the other two chasms. I like this run to Grandhal more than runs to the other ones. Darklurker isn't the problem, it's the run back that's the problem. Which is probably the same for most of the bosses people consider hard in Dark Souls 2. It's not the boss that's the problem. It's the run back. Hate the run back. What do now? I do plan on switching to my platinum character to read stuff that I don't have on this one, so let's go back to King's Gate. I think Darklurker is super interesting in the context of DS3, mostly because it is an angel. It is a dark angel. And then you've got angel worship, which turns out not to be the same thing. Interesting nonetheless. Where's the King's Ring? Knock knock. Why is it buff? Why are we not buff? I think that might be the real question. I'm going into the end game because you don't get bounced in a new game plus right away. Anyway, the Emerald Herald is right here. Hi.
My journey is already complete. My name is Shenanigans. The dragon gave me this name, for I was born with none. I was born of dragons, contrived by men, by ones who would cosm fate herself. They are the ones who created me. But they failed. I did not come out as intended. Fate would not be bested, and men were cursed once again. If you proceed, the Shulva will come after you. knowing that you will take the throne and link the fire. She covets the first flame and the great soul. Put Lysandra to rest.
Hot take. And a bit of timeline stuff. Aldia and Vendrick wanted to find a conclusion and a way to get rid of the curse. They wanted a total solution to get rid of the curse. The only solution Vendrick ever found was the crowns, and that's a one-person solution. So, Aldia decided to create a vessel, born of dragons, so that she could probably live forever because dragons are immortal. Something, blood, whatever, something. And she was born, I think, to contain the dark. To be a vessel for whatever fragments of dark still remain. So that they could contain it within the Emerald Herald Shanalot. But it didn't work. Because fate would not be bested. And you can't contain it into a single woman. Mm-hmm. Like the Firekeepers. It's less that she's our queen, and more that she was a simulacra of a firekeeper to contain the darkness, but it didn't work. Because she's not real. And it's one of the only times where something that approaches reality isn't good enough. Yeah. We'll get to Navlan's story in a little bit. This is Bradley of the Old Guard, wearing Alva's set, but he's got like the same sort of setup my miracle build does. Vengirl, because he's a bro. And Benhart, because he's also a bro. Basically, these summons are your broest of bros that ever broed. Should I bring him in? Let's bring him in. Let's bring in the Bro Force, which is, by the way, a good game that I haven't played in like forever. Especially if you love 80s action movies, Bro Force is a pretty good game. So these guys are interesting in theory. Why are you guys stuck in the door? I'm trying to keep them somewhat even. Oh, I'm out of stamina. Shoot. Benhart's getting wrecked over there. Did they even get through the door? Did Benhard even get through the door? Bah. The Chandra's coming. Get ready. If FromSoft does nothing good, they've always done cinematics really well. The cinematography of this is really great. And I do like how Frida echoes that hand motion. Can I can't feather out. Can I feather out yet? Can I feather out yet? Can I feather out yet? Dang it! Come on, Chandra. I'm leaving. And scythes are always linked to the life hunt ability of Priscilla. And I have reason to believe that the life hunt ability is more because of bleed and the bleed auxiliary effect. Actually, no. I want the Throne Watcher's armor. Her armor is pretty neato. Gimme, 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 gimme.
You need armor?
Neat. Armor worn by the Throne Watcher has high magic defense. The Watcher waited by the throne for ages. Will all his waiting be rewarded? Throne Defender. The Defender has stood by the throne for ages. Will his wait be worth the while?
Thanks for the purchase. Do come again.
That is a translation error. Throne Watcher is a female. Because Japanese doesn't really have gendered speech unless, like, you're speaking. And it's more gendered cadence than it is gendered speech a lot of the time. Yeah, like it's in Japanese you kind of self-identify by the way you speak. Let's see here. How much can I get away with this? Wow, I'm already at 62. Jeez. But I like it so much. It's so cool. Fashion Souls, man. See if I can get a little lighter. Yeah, third dragon ring, I guess. Did I forget it? I did forget it, by the way. I'm gonna have to go get it. I was watching the playback, and I know I opened it, and then I went squirrel, and went up and fought the invader, and like I forgot to pick it up. Forgot to pick it up. It shouldn't be that bad to get back there. Pick up the third dragon ring. Hey, Leonard. Thanks for the follow. Welcome. Although I'm not sure how worth this is because I'll probably just replace King's Ring with Chloranthy. Dragon Charms. Damn it. I was menuing. And I got hit and I can't move when I'm being hit like that. Still great magic, but who's this? Dark Seraphim. Dark Seraphim, that's you. Let me know. Just running over here to get a ring, I forgot like a doofus. Out of stamina. Man, this fashion's so cool. I love Throne Watcher's armor. It's so cool. It's probably my favorite armor in the game. Da 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 ba ba ba. Killing big dudes in armor. Yeah. Where's my boyo? Let's go, Bray. The canon chosen undead is Bastille. Hi, let's go. So notice that this guy's got the Great Shield of Glory. Does it drop in Dark Souls 2? He just wants tickets to the bird lottery. It's Bashful Ray. Alright. Tickets to the bird lottery. That's all he wants. There's a third dragon ring. Let me see here. It's a neat ring. What am I sitting at? Much better. Lydia gauntlets look weird. It's a good ring. I was just using Chloranthy instead and wasn't really missing it, but having the extra being under 60 is nice. Mostly because the lighter you are, the further you run in Dark Souls 2. I mean, further you roll, I mean to say. So, like, it's why some people actually fight Fume Knight without any armor on. Hey man, Filianor's ring. It's no joke. Filianor's ring's pretty good. Alright, Ray, we're done here, so. Oh, by the way, Throne Watcher and Defenders are both black-infused souls. The throne of the king is sacred and requires an appropriate guardian. Not, not a huge bit of lore. Other than they look baller. Oh, wait. Is it Throne Watcher or is it Nashandra that Kale ends up giving you his helmet? I think it might be Throne Watcher, which means I can kill more time by completing Navlan's quest. And getting some more piece of kit because I can't be arsed to like go look up where all the sconces are in the gutter. I know killing Nashandra opens up unlimited. Nah, yeah. Yeah, okay, there it is. So it's Throne Watcher Defender that gives you Kale's Helm. Killing Nashandra and piecing out before Aldia gives you unlimited chunks from Cloan. You can kill Aldia and still get unlimited chunks, but the earliest is killing Nashandra. So, we got some things. Let's go do that. I think I already completed that. Let me see here. 'Cause I think I already have it. Yeah. He already got that. Kael's helm. Helm of a light Mira foot soldier. Belonged to Kael the cartographer. Apparently Kael procured this inexpensively second-hand, but it's surprisingly well made. We also got his... thought we got his arms. I will never get used to that. There. Shoes of a light and inferior foot soldier belong to Kael the cartographer. Apparently Kael procured these inexpensively second-hand, but they're surprisingly well made. I assume that's the same for everything. So, he's not from Mira, but he did get that from somebody from Mira. Could be Creighton's other set of armor. Because Kael did know who Creighton was. Aldia's Keep, Aldia's Keep. Yeah, it just unlocks automatically after Nashandra. I still think Cloan, like, stumbled out of the undead crypt and just forgot. Oh, right. Yeah. Let's talk to Dr. Jekyll first. You have to be hollow to talk to Hyde Jekyll. I mean, Hyde Navlon. Let's talk to his other self, because people don't usually talk to his other self. No, not at all.
Absolutely no intention of leaving here.
Why would you? It's got HBO.
Just let me sit here and wither quietly away.
Hey, Navlan, why did you try Resurrection?
Please, just stay away. No, please, don't come near me. Nothing good will come of it. Just leave me alone. Leave this place and leave me be, as I do not see any harm before you.
Do you get conniptions?
Please.
I know a good website for you, Navlan. Conniptions.gids. It's a good website. You should check it out sometime. Doggos. Hey. Doggos. Doggos? There we go. Good dog. Yeah, if I was him, I would just stay there. He's got HBO. Nice stool. Ego Border is a simpler person. He's a... You go straight into final stage. Jeepers. Do not pass go. Do not collect $1,000. 1,000 souls. Da 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 da.
is my thanks. Take it. Now let's discuss our next mark.
Sure.
I want you to kill one more. Your target is Felkin the Hexer. As proof, bring me that peculiar scepter of his.
Oh, this is the most pain in the ass bit of it, because I have to use... Sure.
That he
Yeah, okay.
be.
I'll be back. As soon as it killed me, it went straight into, like, final stage, the lowest health bar or something. Because I don't have any hair anymore. I went straight to no hair. Which is how I actually gauge hollowing. I have to do a quick respec. Just for Felkin, who I think is named for a,
Still determined.
yeah. A hermetic mage in the 19th century. Alright, I need to go to 30 here. And then 20. Alright, so 34 and 20. Curse you, win! My hair! Okay, so now that we are at over 20 intelligence and 20 faith, we can go talk to Felkin. I think I could have talked to Felkin anyway because I'm in the same covenant, but I forget, and so this is the sure thing.
The dark stirs. I see. The dark is sparked within you. My name is Felkin. I will track with you what you need.
Yeah, I took the crown off. And then I went and killed myself to talk to Navlan. So, Felkin has a bunch of things. Lots of really interesting things, actually. He's got the Chaos Rapier. Once, a brilliant young sorcerer cast away his earthly desires, devoting himself entirely to the dark that bewitched him. Nebulous, inky, and serene, the dark holds an allure matched only by the fear it strikes in men's hearts. Could it be nature, holding a mirror to mankind? So, Felkin, if you gave away your earthly desires, why are you staring at rocks? Or is the rocks holding up a mirror to yourself? He has the Archdrake Staff. Staff of members of the Archdrake sect of Lindelt, a catalyst for sorceries and hexes. In Lindelt, known for its clerics and their miracles, sorcery is believed to be a profane practice. But, as with anything, such beliefs are part faith and part front, and the staff was born of that hypocrisy. Archdrake Chime. Sacred chime used by members of the Archdrake sect of Lindelt. A catalyst for miracles and hexes. The land of Lindelt is governed by stringent laws, and those who dare defy them are punished without mercy. It is often the sinful who seek piety, spurned only by a selfish desire for salvation. Chaos Shield. Shield of darkness and chaos. Once a brilliant young sorcerer. I already read that. So this is like Felkin's crap. He's also got a Ring of Life protection. And he's got Dark Pine Resins if you really need them, which is why I usually kind of unlock him. He's also got a whole bunch of spells. So, let's take a look at those. He's got Magic Barrier, which we already read. He's got Dark Orb, which we already own. Dark Weapon, which is in Dark Souls 3 as still Dark Weapon. Falcon the Outcast applied his art to transform Magic Weapon into a hex. Adds dark damage to the types of damage the weapon already inflicts. That's kind of an awkward sentence, but let's go with it. Those who choose the path of dark are admonished by all manner of sorcerers, but this does not stop the curious from being drawn to this strangely alluring craft. And as we know from Dark Souls 3, this spell ends up being passed down from mother to daughter instead of, even though Dark Souls 2 applies this spell to Falcon, who's obviously a guy. Unless he uses the coffin in between then. Resonant Soul we've already got. Great Resonant Soul we got for free. Resonant Flesh, a hex developed independently by Outcast Falcon, transforms a certain number of souls into HP for a period of time. Something gained, something lost. Resonant Weapon, a hex developed independently by Outcast Falcon, transforms a certain number of souls into attack power over a period of time. I wonder if the reason that some of these hexes in Dark Souls 2 uses souls instead of humanity is the reason why they're so different from humanity-based dark magic. Yeah, you buy it from Carla in DS3. She's got this. And it's purple then. It's like black-white here.
These are for you.
And so he gives us his staff and his stuff.
Together into the dark.
He's very happy to be part of a group now.
This land lies closest to the dark. That is why I came here. This kingdom collapsed long ago. All that left are either undead or hollow. Sacrificious faith like those. I went to a great school in the south, but neither sorcery nor pyromancy appealed. I learned nothing. Nothing at all. It was there that I happened upon the dark. It drew me in, the nebulous dark. Soon I was drawn to this land where dark runs deep from anywhere else.
And his stuff states that he was brilliant. But I guess he was bored because he was brilliant. And he found the dark. Because, like, his brilliance kind of alienated him from sorcery and pyromancy. He either went to Melfia or Lindelt because of all the Lindelt stuff he does carry. I think he went to Melfia, but I don't know.
Hexes originated here in ancient times. They were once a form of sorcery, but the practice was lost then, later rediscovered.
And there's your confirmation that hexes in DS2 were Ulysian sorceries.
Next, they give their life to their art. Such is the fate of we practitioners of dark. What drew me to the dark? I do not know. Hexes are more than mere tools to me. I feel affinity, more, something universal, nostalgic. Those who discover dark realize this, and they never come back.
Dark and death is the same, and everything ends up in the dark. So you can find, if you look hard enough, you can find anything in the dark. Affinity and warmth, by the way, are both spells.
This land His king ordered a second funeral.
Alright.
No matter.
See you later, Falcon. I'll be back. Let's go fix my stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Like, it seems like the timeline is at the peaks of both Dark Souls 1 and 3. Ulasil is pure. I mean, Ulasilian magics are pure. Have reclaimed themselves as, like, pure light magic. But...
Still do you?
Here in Dark Souls 2, Ulasil, like, it's at the lowest part of the timeline, and thus Ulasil magics have been eclipsed in a way, and thus have been, like, forgotten or became dark. By the way, reallocating your points and then talking to Falcon and then reallocating them back, you can still talk to Falcon. Once you start talking to Falcon, he won't stop talking. That's his thing. I went to the wrong bonfire. Whoops. Let's take this moment to read the sunset. The sunset's thingy. A staff said to have been forged in Aldia, because obviously. A catalyst for sorceries and hexes, particularly powerful for casting hexes. The mysterious Lord Aldia secluded himself and set a manor to conduct various experiments. Those invited to the manor disappeared, replaced over time with malformed beasts that roamed its halls. The fact that they repeat that bit over and over again is supposed to highlight its importance. Since I don't use hexes, I'm going to stick with my Staff of Wisdom. Yeah, explains how Navlan actually knows of it. Hyde Navlan really loves his hexes, as those who fought him can attest. What do you guys think of, like, the armor that actually gives you stat boosts or, like, passive buffs and stuff like that? Like, it only pops up in Dark Souls 2, and then it doesn't pop up anymore, except for, like, rings. And that's Forbidden Sun. Forbidden Sun is in Dark Souls 3 as Chaos Bed Vestiges. Pyromancy developed in Aldean rites. Fires a giant fireball with a wildly encompassing explosion. What could possibly justify such excessive, destructive power? In all likelihood, the madmen of Aldia never even questioned the need. Oh, the Hexer stuff? there's a lot of fashion in Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2 is really dense and probably to its detriment. Robe worn by a hexer belonged to Felkin the Outcast. Those who have a taste of dark are drawn into its vortex and rarely return. Perhaps it appeals to something deep within the human soul.
You could kill a dozen like that, and it wouldn't matter. I want you to kill someone of import. I want you to kill the girl in Majula, known as the Muse. They say that she is the last firekeeper.
But they say a lot of things.
That she's a gentle shepherd, lighting the way for you cursed fools. Nonsense. Once she is dead, I will have no regrets, and I will be content to remain here.
Well, isn't this your lucky day?
Have a peculiar feather.
Because I already have that feather.
Now go along.
I'm a gosh darn psychic.
Yes, that's the feather. Good. Oh, that is very good. Your reward. Take it.
Unleash Magic tells us. Boosts magic within the body beyond even your own limits, but at great cost to HP. The terrible deeds carried out in Aldea led to the unintentional birth of several shadowy things, all of them eerily malformed. By which we're probably looking at one. Navlan, as we know from earlier, is a guy who figured out resurrection and was quote-unquote killed in his village along with his entire village, and his name became Anathema. But here he is, talking to us. Aldea probably used his knowledge of resurrection to do a couple things, and some of the magics that led here, using his desire to create new magic, unintentionally created or gave birth to his what's it called, his super ego. I think that's the right one. Super ego, id, and ego. And I think it's the id. I think it's the id. The id is the one that's like doesn't care, wants to fulfill its desires and stuff like that. Which makes sense because, like, I think Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is like a Jungian kind of horror thing that like follows some of Jungian tropes that were popular back in that day. Also, he calls the Emerald Herald, and not only the last Firekeeper, which we already went over, but he calls her a muse. And in Greek literature, muses inspired bards to do great deeds, to speak awesomely, to grab your souls from like kobolds. You know. He got me. They don't need to drain your health, they just need to hit your meter. Oh, I should pop some souls and then buy some of the stuff. He becomes a shop merchant now. And now that I have 10 grand, I can spend something. He should have Zuli's armor set, his own armor set, and a couple of useful things. Glad I didn't pop that humanity. I was gonna pop that humanity and then set the bonfire, but...
What do you require? You're being good to me. Go on. Tell me what you need.
See, he's like well stocked. He's even probably got HBO in there. Alright, so he's got all this. He's also got Great Magic Weapon if you've missed it, Strong Magic Shield if you've missed it. He's got a bunch of Bonfire Ascetics and Dragon Charms, because obviously you'd have Dragon Charms. It's not clear whether this is a man-made creation or some other nature. It's probably a fake. Everything in Dark Souls 2 is a fake. He's got Thunder Quartz Ring plus Dose, which I'll probably buy. And then he's got a whole bunch of armors. The Moon Hat. Hat worn by astrologists in Melfia. Astrologists believe that magical powers can be obtained at moments of special heavenly alignment, which might actually have its roots in the sun and moon dichotomy in Dark Souls. Even the collective wisdom of the Melfian Magic Academy cannot pull magic out of the sky, but the ideas of the astrologists led to the creation of new and very useful magic devices. They were basically in the wrong game. They would be the choir in Bloodborne. I've watched most of American Gods. I need to finish it off. I had to download it on demand, because I have on demand. It says the same thing here. It seems like they were grasping at the same ideas, and they had a vague inclination, because it's like a tulpa within humanity, that like the moon and sun are powerful because you have Gwendolyn and Gwyn. Kill Illuminati. American Gods has amazing casting. Crispin Glover and Peter Stormare, so good. Black Witch Robe. Tulpa. Tulpa is basically a living meme that takes on a life of its own. I use the word tulpa because it's different from meme, and meme has taken on new meaning on the internet. Oh, Ian McShane, such a good casting. When Zuli the Witch learned of Alva's dedication to Saint Serata, whatever, she used all manner of tricks and deceit to ruin him, but in the end she would spend her life with him, supporting his endeavors. The witch, as unloving as she was unloved, finally found illumination through her blighted existence. Ah, true love. It's like a marriage, Kappa. I'll tell you guys though, I was super excited when Dark Souls 3 had this, and I'm like, is the nails back? Are the nails back? And they were back. My main character in Dark Souls 3 uses these gloves just for the nails. I'm gonna pop a bunch of souls and buy some things. Ian McShane is so good. I was really skeptical of Emily Browning, but she was really good too. Dead wife. Killed me. I just died. I died laughing. The hat gives you an extra attunement slot. Forget what everything else does. Dank tulpas. Alright, thanks, Navalan. See ya. Oh! Navlan! If you've got a computer in there, go to conniptions.gives. Yeah. Such good casting all the way around on American Gods. Well, no, that's done. Give me my hair back. Wait, did I have the wrong... Yeah, it's this one. So that's Navlan's quest. If you do it the easy way, you have to wait until Throne Watcher and Defender, because that lights up the last fire and gives you Kale stuff. If you do it the hard way, you end up having to kill like most of the cast. But again, it's kind of asking you the question whether you will just outright kill them or find another way around Navlan. If you try to outsmart Navlan, you're still rewarded, which is neato. Lots of people like being summoned. I think Dark Souls 2 has easier quest lines, except they're a bit more... They require a bit more patience, I guess. I don't think it was cut content. I think it was content they didn't have time to finish. Which might be the same thing, but I think it feels different to me. Like, Dark Souls 2 feels like they had all of these ideas for an awesome sequel, and they decided to put them all in instead of just, like, editing it down. Because, you know, you only have so much time to make video games. Shall I bring the Broforce? The Chandra's not that difficult, but I'll bring the Broforce. Like, most of her attacks center around giving you curse, and you're like, I don't give a damn. I have a crown. This is one of the last two. Yeah, I'm just gonna end. Yeah, like, it's a sequel and it happens even, like, in music. You know how in music, the second album is usually thought of as, like, the weakest because suddenly they're really popular and they have to follow it up really with something really popular, and that pressure really gets to them. I love her dainty little bone crown. It's so cute. And I think they definitely intended you to just peace out, because this is a second CGI they created for that. And CGIs are expensive, yo. You're like, I don't care about curse. Whoa. Maybe I should care. I totally missed the fact that it was eating my health. Totally forgot. I noticed it way too late. Yeah, she's proud of the fact she's queen, yo. She gets that... Yeah, totally forgetting I don't do, like, any damage. I'm like, this is not my Claymore build. Oh no. I'm fine. It's my bad. I totally forgot she does that. I'm like, I don't care about curse. I really wish that once you open the door, it'll stay open. If I took off the crown and died, I would be set to where I should be. Yeah, okay then. I was, like, I don't really... When I play, I don't really pay attention to my character. I pay attention to the other character. To the boss. And sometimes I, like, mentally block out health bars, too. And that's one of the things. So forgetting that she eats away at your health messed with me. Let's go. See... Damn it. There's the roll. Just wasting. Out of here. Hey, you guys lived! Nice job.
Many monarchs have come and gone. One drowned in poison, another succumbed to flame.
Thanks, Alana.
Still another slumbers in the realm of ice.
Alsanna.
Not one of them sleep here. As you dream. Now,
That last now has Nashandra's VA.
conqueror of adversities. Is your answer?
See ya, Benhart. You're a bro. See ya, Ben girl. You're gonna throw it yet? He's not hard, it's just your windows for hitting him aren't very good. I don't think I do the damage to kill him right now. Ah, 24. Note he does the same noise as the Ring of Whispers. Whenever he pops in. Although I don't think he does any, like you can hear anything when you have the Ring of Whispers on. I think I've missed this damage phase. Yeah. Yeah, I just wasn't doing any damage to him. Yeah, Happy Souls kind of misses the Aldia fight, which is a shame, because Happy Souls is based on vanilla Dark Souls 2. I would have loved them to have like that, we're free! And then Aldia shows up like... Yep, I chased the figure. He's just... The thing about Aldia and most of the endgame bosses is they don't give a crap about magic. Huh. I guess I don't have to put that on. Funnily enough, the only boss that gives a crap about magic is Darklurker. Soul of Nashandra, Queen of Drangleic. The fragments of the abyss, of untold origin, nourished their beings by the sides of would-be monarchs. Perhaps they were simply ordeals on the road to kinghood. One day, the flames will fade, and only darkness will remain, unless, of course, an heir arrives. Use the special soul of this prisoner of desire to acquire numerous souls, or to create something of great worth. The fact that they use the term prisoner makes me feel bad for Nashandra. Because they do a lot of, I mentioned this a lot earlier, but Renegade Cut, if you follow him on YouTube, he put out a video about Dark City. Dark City doesn't really have much to do with Dark Souls, other than the fact of what makes a person a person. Memories make a person a person. Hey Dingle, welcome. And Dark City plays with the idea of memories of a person. And what if you remove those memories? Are you still responsible for what you've done if you don't have those memories? If those memories aren't yours anymore? I should do this solo, but because it might be easier. Hey Aldia. Yeah, he does not care. And that's because his family used to be a bunch of sorcerers. Which is interesting in the face of Vendrick, because he's not a sorcerer. Wisecrack's pretty good too. Shoot, Dingle. No. Damn you, Aldia. Made me burn through that damage phase. Oh, maybe the fire is his armor. Well, see you later, Benhart. Huh. So it is. So his fire is armor. Would you throw your fireball already? Damn it. Missed the stupid dodge. It's believed that they're biological brothers. Hey Dingle, can you repeat everything after your old memories? Because the PS4 eats it. That was my fault. I knew it was coming and I like completely didn't hit it in time. But now that I know his fire axe's armor, I think I'm going to just go in with Vengarl the tank and distract. Benhart adds too much HP for not a whole lot of gain. It's believed that Aldea and Vendrick are biological brothers. I don't think they were very close. Generally to be like sworn brothers in the way Raim and Veldstad are. This might actually be a really good boss for like Soul. Oh. That wasn't fun, Aldea. Give me my souls back. Remember when I said that Aldia has, well, Vengar's dead. Alright, I have to hit this. Thanks, Aldia. Drop your armor, please. Don't have any more ambers. Sorry this is taking so long. Aldia is easy, but like, you have to wait for him to drop his armor. Ah, come on! Damn it! Ah, damn it! Gravity wins again! Brother plant, yeah. Actually, let me throw on Twilight Herbs. Damn it, Gravity! You win! Open the door! Damn you, Gravity! Yeah, the frame, wondering if I should switch my spells around. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna add in more ranged defensive spells. Oh yeah. I do want to finish up really soon so that I can switch to my I'm gonna take that off. Can't use that. Let's try that. 'Cause I haven't used that yet. Yeah, so many of the endgame bosses just do not care about magic. It's very good in the early game, maybe even in the mid game, but like I would plan to like spec out a magic somewhere in the, yeah, I'm doing DS3 next. Speaking of, anyone have any ideas as to what kind of builds I should be using? Use Soul Bolt. It's already armored up. Oh, that sucks. What a stupid spell. What's the gist of that one, Toby? Fangirl just walk into that. Although I will say, damn it, you get a. I got like just womboed there. Vinheim's sword, dark pyromancias. I haven't done any dark anything actually. My sorcerer build is pure, but I haven't done any pyromancy at all, so that might be fun. I have a strength axe build, which is Marolda. I have an Estrella build, which is pure magic and pure miracle. Oh. Let me take off Soul Bolt. It's a stupid spell. It doesn't do anything. Soul Vortex, maybe. I'll try Soul Spear. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to. It's a PS4 Dark Souls 3. Just so you guys know. Ahead of time. Yeah, I've got like 8 stupid builds in Dark Souls 3. I just kind of love playing through Dark Souls 3. Start off with some soul spears. $242 versus like 78, okay. Yeah, the window for attacking him is really small. That girl doesn't last that long, huh? Thought he'd last way longer than this. Well, see you later, Bengal. That was mean. Stop pretending to be Nadalia. Get out of here, Aldia.
I watch everything, but remain here patiently. The throne will certainly receive you, but the question remains. What do you want?
Dingle, thanks for the follow.
Light, dark, or something else entirely?
The throne will certainly receive you. I wanted, if you can you put in, like, the other half of it? The PS4 has, like, a limit or something. It, like, cuts you off a little bit. Screw the throne! Let's go party, Aldia. And I think your first half, what I did read, was awesome.
There is no power.
That's a lot of what Dark City does, too. It takes people's memories and it puts it in new bodies. And it plays with ideas of body identity and, like, who you are and what your memories decide who you are. And, like, because in Dark City, they take memory from one person, they put it in somebody else, and then they become that person. But, like, natural aversions and stuff. Dark City is a 1998 film. Doesn't have anything to do with really Dark Souls other than, like, the whole memory thing. But it's a sci-fi film starring Rufus Sewell and Kiefer Sutherland. It's a very good film. It deals a lot with the memory stuff that happens in Dark Souls 2. Yui Tanemura, director were. Remember, it puts the scholar stuff first, and then it puts in the credits for Vanilla afterward. Yeah, like, if you really love the ideas that Dark Souls 2 puts out with the idea of memory, and these ideas underscore stuff with Dark Souls 3, because in Dark Souls 2 states that Ash is memory. The Ashen Mist Heart allows you to see into memories, and the Ashen one is a memory, in my opinion. The Unkindled one is an unkindled memory, and the Shrine Maid is able to pull things out of the memories of ashes to grab items. And Dark Souls 2 plays a lot more with memory, and if you're really interested in that kind of theme, go watch Dark City. Yeah, definitely. And like, I think part of my goal for this playthrough was both to examine Dark Souls 2 without some of the fanboyism or some of the dismissiveness that the internet has said, and just look at what it presents us, because I think people dismissed Dark Souls 2's role in Dark Souls 3 unfairly. Exactly. Because Dangle, you should, because Dangle, Dark Souls runs on like what is called Eternal Return, which everybody knows is like the time is a flat circle thing from True Detective. Essentially, you'll be repeating the same event as if it's the first time over and over and over again. Dark Souls 2 does it a lot. It's basically the new game cycles, and it does it on a meta and ontological sense between games. You'll be doing the same events over and over and over again as if they're the first time. But yeah, like I had two goals for this playthrough. I think a lot of people dismissed the role Dark Souls 2 has in Dark Souls 3. Only because the references of Dark Souls 2 aren't like illuminated in neon like some of the other like references in Dark Souls 3. But like Ash being memory, the ideas of memory, the ideas of like that Dark Souls 2 presents are the foundations of Dark Souls 3, even though there's like no neon signs. See you, Toby. Nice to have you. Hey, Carpathia. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, I will agree with that. Dark Souls 2 had the hardest role in the series. It was the sophomore attempt, and even in music, and this, like, how many sequels and movies and music are actually good because of the pressures like studios will have to follow up something that like smashed hit with something that will smash hit. Tomohiro Shibuya is the original director of Dark Souls 2. He's the guy who got fired. And Yui Tanimura took over. Shibuya was the original guy. I think it didn't help that Dark Souls 2 leaned more on the Kingsfield side of things than the Shadow Tower side of things. And Dark Souls for me is like this spectrum of like, on one side it's more Kingsfield-like, and on the other side it's more Shadow Tower-like in atmosphere and story and stuff like that. And Dark Souls 1 and 2 lean more towards the Shadow Tower side of things, and Dark Souls 2 leans more on the Kingsfield side of things, especially Kingsfield 4. Like, it hints that Mira is basically the area of Kingsfield 4. Just way in the future. I think for a lot of people, understanding Dark Souls doesn't start with Demon Souls. I hate when people say Demon Souls is beta for Dark Souls, but like the modern FromSoft games, everything after Demon Souls, has a lot to do with Kingsfield, Eternal Ring, and Shadow Tower. And like the Souls franchise has a lot to owe those three franchises. And like Dark Souls itself is kind of a spiritual successor to Kingsfield. And I think a lot of people like forget that and like think FromSoft sprouted out of Miyazaki's head, fully formed. I think Drangleic is Lorethrough, but different. Like it's very much on the other side of things. It could be somewhere else. I'm not, like, the length of time it took me to answer that means I'm not wholly on board with it. But, like, I try to keep my overthinking to as Occam's razor as possible. Yeah, Ego Border. Like, I will warn Ego Border that Kingsfield 1 and 2 and 3 are PS1 games. Kingsfield 1 is from like 1994. It's like FromSoft's first game. It shows, it's first person, it's tank controls, it's PS1 graphics. If you want a more modern Kingsfield experience, just go to Kingsfield 4. It's a PS2 game. Yeah, I think I can get more on board with that dangle, that Lorethrough is Forosa. There's, like, Forosa is everywhere in Dark Souls 2. It's like, this knight's from Forosa originally, and this knight's from Forosa originally, and this king came from Rosa and founded Eleum Loyce, and... Yeah, Hunter M knows more. Like, I've only watched Kingsfield LPs. Lobo's played all of the Kingsfield games. So I can get a sense of, like, what's going on in Kingsfield. But, I think Hunter M's actually played them. So, definitely take his word for it. Shadow Tower is really fun. Allison by Proxy is doing an LP of Shadow Tower Abyss. And that's worth watching. I don't know if anybody's really played Eternal Ring other than like archival YouTube channels, the long plays channels. Kappa. Hunter M. Yeah. Like, it really does suggest that, like, Mira is the Kingsfield 4 area. Because, like, there's an item that Tangeray sells that says, Mira used to be a spiritual place and there was a fountain that was holy. And then Mira fell to war. The base in Kingsfield 4, with a Zelda sitting next to it, she looks like the Firekeeper in Dark Souls 3, which is probably a reference. She's sitting by a fountain and you heal by holy water? Kingsfield 4? Alright, I'm gonna switch characters real quick. There's a couple of things that I didn't get on this character that my Platinum character does have, so I'm gonna do that and then call it a night. That's a pretty cool theory, Dingle. I like it. Yeah, I platinumed this game in less than 100 hours or so, like if you haven't done it. Maybe in a day or so. I don't want to like wait too long. It could even be tomorrow. It depends on how much my backlog is. This is Antonius. This is my Platinum character. He's based on Antonius Block from the Seventh Seal. He's carrying the can opener, which is a lightning Zweihander. He's also got a Dragon Rider bow. He's also got a Claymore. This is my Claymore build. I think I was helping people, hence the agape ring. Anyway, let's see here. What did I not pick up? Excuse me. This is the Old Dead One soul. This once magnificent soul continues to exert influence over the land, even after the eons have reduced it to these remnants. All of the ineffable souls have the same text. Vendrick tells you that all of the souls from the past will reemerge, and that is the past reemerging. Nito really doesn't have very much, so I guess I didn't burn it. Let's see here. I have 8 giant souls. 1 Loyce soul. Mannequin knife. Peculiar art of puppetry is a vestige of the 2 lost lands. The queen, entranced by poison, used it to beckon unknowing souls to defile the valley. The Blue Moon Greatsword. This is something we didn't get on the other character, but I did on this one. The blade of this greatsword shines like the brilliant rays of the moon. In the oldest legends, rarely spoken of today, it is said that the sword was born of a great white being. Then, what explains this lifeless weapon? Perhaps there has been some mistake. The blade of this great sword shines like the brilliant rays of the moon. In the oldest legends, spoken rarely today, it is said that the sword was born of a great white being. Side note, Seath's first appearance in a FromSoft game was Kingsfield 1, I think. He was the final boss of like Kingsfield 1 or 2. The strong attack unleashes its strength, launching a wave of moonlight. Read that. Zvei. Fume Ultra Greatsword. Yeah, we already read that. Falchion. The Scimitar from Gilligan. Nothing notable about this weapon, except perhaps the luxurious jewels embedded in its hilt. If your aim is to appear dazzling on the battlefield, this might just do the trick. The Washing Pole. The extremely long blade allows for strikes from great distance, but its construction makes it extremely fragile. Black Steel Katana. In the heyday of his land, the old Iron King fancied entertaining dubious and eccentric guests from faraway lands. Most of them were charlatans, but among the riffraff was an unusual knight from the Far East. He trained the Iron King's men in the sword, in obseisance to his new lord. Chaos Blade. which originally came from Quelaag's soul. A katana of unknown origin, damage to foes also damages its owner. Peculiar pattern upon the blade suggests the sinister nature of this cursed blade. It is an alluring vortex and a lonely soul. Berserker blade. It's from the Aha! Here's Ricard's rapier. There are numerous variations of the story of the prince who wandered the lands and eventually became undead. The majority of these tales end in tragedy, but there are some exceptions. The Espada Ropera, which is the thrusting sword of Chancellor Williger, a masterpiece of the blacksmith Llewellyn that he brought along as a gift when he left Emira for Drangleic. By the way, Llewellyn's a reference to the New Age magazine that's been around since like the 60s. It's printed in Minnesota. It's just Llewellyn worldwide. Yeah. Black Scorpion Stingers from Man Scorpion Tark. Tark's past is a thing obscure, but then again, do any of us know who we are, let alone what we may have been? And again, Tark and Nashka was probably real people, and Aldia turned them into what they are. Because Aldia does Aldia things. Hey Zed. I'm just going through to see what I have left here. Doing Aldia things, yeah. Just some Aldia things. Just turning people into horrible beast people. Yeah, Aldia is the elder brother. The king's elder brother, Aldia, sought to overcome the curse through means unlike his siblings. The king went one way, Aldia went another, and they both came up empty. Twin blade. We're just wrapping up. I'm just looking at things I didn't pick up on my other character. Aha, the bat staff. The bat affixed to its tip is a simple charm. It has no bearing on the staff's powers, but the germs on the cadaver poison foes upon contact and strike attacks. I like the idea of brothers in Dark Souls. Dark Souls 1 have a thing about brothers, like, besides Nameless King, Gwendolyn, and Guinevere. Like, those are all siblings, but I'm not sure if there's anything directly about brothers in general. Oh, here's the Dragon Chime. This chime sat long in the dark chasm, but still one senses its sublime purity. Only those with the deepest faith can wield this chime, but they will be rewarded with greatly amplified spells. Somebody was asking about the crown of the old Iron King. The king sunk below the scorching iron, met the one whose name must never be repeated, and became Icarus Earth. But these were events of long ago, and today no one even remembers the king's name. Yeah, and like that carries over to DS3, because there's Lothric and Lorien too. And they follow a lot of the same tropes as Aldia and Vendrick, except the elder brother Lothric was the king, and his younger brother Lorien, who would be Vendrick, was the meathead, essentially. Here's the Mad Warrior Mask to talk a bit more about what Vendrick actually did, aside from his brother. King Vendrick called upon powers from beyond his borders in an attempt to stave off the curse. Perhaps this belonged to one of his guests. He did the diplomatic thing, while his brother did the magic thing. Yeah. I have a lot of duplicates. I basically ran to Welliger in this is New Game Plus Plus to get my platinum. Is there anything anybody wants to go over real quick that I might have? I think the Undead Crypt is actually super neat too, because there's a bunch of different exits, but we only get one, and we get a lot of like the exits for. And where there's an exit, there's like a grave warden, and there's a bunch of escaped convicts. Oh, right, Dangle. I think that's Gwyn, because when you beat the Old Iron King in New Game Plus and upwards, you get Gwyn's soul also. I didn't get this. The Lydia Black Hood is hilarious. They were basically wives to Finito, actually. Or probably alongside, maybe basically like wives or neighbors, I don't know. But they worshipped Galib, the god of disease. Oh, right, because we didn't get this in my other one. Here's his Xanthus crown. This blindingly bright yellow costume is said to have been worn by the Xanthus king. Perhaps the heinously towering headcloth crown served some strange purpose, or perhaps it was some strange display of power. No, the frog demon is separate. The frog demon, probably the only actual demon in Dark Souls 2, was hearing the siren song of the Malfinito and usurped their song to grab people. Because, okay, the Demon of Song likes eating people. The priestesses, who are such a pain in the butt in the Shrine of Amana, used to, in their practices, sacrifice people to the Demon of Song to be eaten. But the priestesses forgot what was going on, and then the Demon of Song had to fend for itself. And what it did was it took the song of the Malfinito and used that to drag people to it. What else did I not pick up on my other one? Chaos Hood. The man claims to have sealed him safe away, but who's ever heard of sentient magic? It is no doubt difficult to judge the veracity of the man's words, but this hood certainly seems to possess an unusual power. The Fume Sorcerer masks, which I didn't pick up because it didn't drop. After the old Iron King sunk into the lava, scores of men were dispatched to this land to tap the replete stores of iron. But they soon lost their nerve when faced with the Child of Dark, and all but the most steadfast of them became servants of the Black Fog. Basically, the big factory got haunted, and nobody wanted to get in it anymore. Yeah, all the other, quote, demons are golems. Like, Smelter Demon was created by the old Iron King, and then Smelter Demon hugged him and threw them into the lava. He's not actually a real demon. The old Iron King thought demons looked really cool, and thus created Smelter Demon. What else is called a demon, but isn't actually a demon? The Titanite demons aren't quite in Dark Souls 2, but their heads are part of the stone golems all through Drangleic Castle. They have the same faces, so maybe they got subjugated too in the same way. Jabba is a guy. His story is even more hilarious. He's a dude who was so in love with Myth of the Baneful Queen, and Myth of the Baneful Queen basically friend-zoned him. And Mytha was like, oh, that's nice. And then Covetous Demon Dude was like, why? And his desire and his want and his greed turned him into Jabba, which for everybody else made him look like a demon. Mytha turned herself into a monster too because of all the poison. But Covetous Demon isn't actually a demon. He's a guy who got friend-zoned and like he got so mad that he became Covetous Demon. Yeah, he's called a demon, but he isn't actually a demon. Nobody can see me doing the finger quotes, and it's really annoying. Yeah, he's a neckbeard nice guy, is that? Yeah, exactly, Dangle. Like, one of the biggest themes we found out through this Lorethrough was that most of Dark Souls 2 is a recreation. Which makes me hesitant to say whether Drangleic is or isn't Lordran, because everything, almost everything in Dark Souls 2 is fake. But the miracles are recreations, or restorations, or just created now. The sorceries are like recreations and pieced back together from something, and then all the Ulasil sorceries became hexes. And most of the rings are like recreations from something, like the quartz rings are all like recreations. Most of the Gons are like false. It's really interesting, actually. It's a super interesting idea that Dark Souls 2 like puts up. Like this, it says there are rumors that Pyromancer Glocken has made a hefty profit selling these replicas. So many things in Dark Souls 2 is like, oh, this is a replica. Everything here is a replica. This is all a farce. And I think that's really interesting. Yeah, and the Ancient Dragon's soul, like the Ancient Dragon basically gives you the Ashen Mist heart, because the Ancient Dragon thinks it's real, but it isn't. It's recreated from a giant, because somehow Aldia and Vendrick got to the Dragon Shrine, killed the original dragon, which you see in the Dragon Memory, and replaced it, like Indiana Jones in the beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark, with a fake giant dragon thing. But the Ancient Dragon doesn't know because it thinks it's real. So it gives you the Ashen Mist heart because it thinks it's real, and it's good enough. But when you kill it, you get a soul of a giant, and not a soul of an ancient dragon, which you get from the memory. Yeah, and Dangle, that's Vendrick and Aldia. Because only Aldia and Vendrick are called people who appeared into the very essence of the soul. Emerald Herald even says it. Yeah. So, like, so many things are replicas in Dark Souls 2, and I think that's super, super duper interesting. Especially in light that it's a sequel, and it's made by a different director. And I think that's something that like a lot of people missed, and it's like staring you in the face across like 50 different item descriptions. It's like, hey guys, this is fake. Hey guys, this is a recreation. This is a replica. This is an imitation. which makes me wonder if the area of Dark Souls 2 is even in the same world that most of the Dark Souls games takes place in. And it also makes me wonder if Aldia, because he's bound to all of the bonfires, is actually propping up the age, because Vendrick never sat the true throne. So nobody actually inherited the fire, and Vendrick and Aldia kind of took his place to prop the age up. But, like, yeah. Because Aldia is bound to the bonfires through his fascinations with the multi-world universe theory thing, which created the Forlorn, but he also bound himself to the bonfires. Yeah. And Aldia doesn't get defeated. Well, Aldia gets defeated, but you don't kill him. He hangs out with you, especially when you choose the correct ending, which is leaving the throne room. To me, leaving the throne room is the correct ending, so I'll always say that. So that's Dark Souls 2. It has its annoyances, it has its good points, and it has its bad points, just like every other game in the franchise. But I think, I hope everybody kind of is looking at it in a new light, especially holistically with the rest of the Souls games. It's a good Souls game. It's a great Souls game. And it has some great lore that I think really underscores Dark Souls 3 and shouldn't be dismissed just because its references in Dark Souls 3 don't have like neon signs next to it saying, hey, this is a reference. Yeah, DS3 took himself out the cycle. I mean, Aldia took himself out the cycle. He's like bound to the bonfires, and he like figured out a way how to like not be in the real world anymore. But you know what? I hope everybody, like, even if you don't really like DS2 the most, you give it a fair shot now. Yeah, and I like character studies a lot. I like having a good world, and then I like seeing what people do in that world. And it's the most Kingsfield-like of the Dark Souls games, so I'll say that forever. Any like closing thoughts? This is gonna be murder for me to timestamp, but whatever. I think in a way, Dangle, like Aldia figured out a way to prop the age up, because I don't think there's anybody actually running this age. Because Vendrick refused to sit the throne. They go through great pains to be like, he didn't sit here. There's no heir here. There's a throne watcher and defender waiting for an heir. Vendrick didn't sit here. So I think Aldia is keeping the age, like propping it up, but like he can't last forever. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't actually inherit the fire, but like he's somehow keeping it up. Like somehow, you know, hashtag Aldia things. Yeah, and like there's serpents. But like there's no serpents, you know what I mean? Like there's serpents in the architecture, especially Eleum Loyce. Like its arches have serpents there. The HP and the stamina health bars have serpents at the end of them. And the serpents have merged together into one god of greed, which is a quintessential Dark Souls thing. Yeah, Dangle. I think that's what's happening. He's slowly burning himself to keep the first flame alive. Like he uses like in the last boss fight, he's using fire as armor. Like I couldn't get any actual damage in until he dropped the fire armor. Yeah. Like, Aldia is a very powerful and brilliant sorcerer who's also super duper lonely. Jealous of his brother and his brother's wife, maybe. Alienated because of his intelligence, also. But still searching for an end to the curse because that's what he and his brother both wanted. Oh man, it appears that like all of us have a lot to talk about with regards to Dark Souls 2, and like Dark Souls 3 really does underscore some of that. Yeah, join the Discord. Come on in the Discord. I have a YouTube channel where I keep everything, and yeah, there's a Discord. There should be links right down below, or somebody will give you a link. But yeah, there's a Discord where we chat about everything. A YouTube channel where I keep all the archives and stuff like that. So DS3 in a day or two. I might take a day tomorrow to do some more time stamping. And then start DS3. Pyromancer build? It's the only build I haven't done. So maybe Pyromancer. Maybe a Pyromancer Spellblade kind of thing. I think it kept the lore intact. Like, here's my hot take. And I did say this to Jeremy Greer a little while ago. Dark Souls 3 makes Dark Souls 1 better by being there. So there's my take. Especially with the Ring City. Like, I don't like saying quote-unquote ruined because the games don't owe us anything. Like, the games aren't ours. They are everyone's. And they don't owe us a darn thing. But I think the Ring City especially made the Dark Souls 1 story even better with it being there than it not being there. Bullshit, I paid $80. Hunter, did you digitally import Dark Souls 3 like for like that month before Dark Souls 3 released? But yeah, that's my hot take because like I don't have this weird sort of ownership that like suggests that oh my god, they ruined the story. Nah. I think it's better it being there than it not being there. Yeah, they make FromSoft does things because FromSoft thinks it's funny. And all of the references everybody kind of says is fan service isn't fan service. It's just FromSoft self-references they love doing. Yeah, I pre-ordered the season pass so I can preload things. That's what I did. I also bought the day one edition for the soundtrack, which I play in the car. By the way, it makes the ride to work feel epic. I really wish I could just buy the Japanese Godi edition because there's a 2 CD soundtrack of like extended versions of some of the themes and stuff like that. But we'll go over some of that stuff and how Dark Souls 3 actually ties things up. And, like, yeah, and community run. So if you wanna, like, get summoned and stuff, that'll be fine by me. It's a chill run. I've already gone through it solo, like, 8 times in Dark Souls 3. Yeah, definitely. We'll have a password in the bottom. Actually, I kind of had a password for Dark Souls 2, but nobody has Dark Souls 2, so nobody really joined. Yeah, we'll have a password and stuff like that. Password will be in the bottom with the commands. Yeah. Hunter M, for me, what sealed the deal was that Eli Roth commercial. That Eli Roth commercial really sealed the deal. Poor Moobot. Moobot tries. Moobot tries a lot. Moobot's a little excessive. It'll still be on the VOD because Moobot doesn't erase the PS4 chat. It's funny. But yeah, that's everything. Is there anything else anybody wanted to talk about? Anything that like strikes you as awesome with Dark Souls 2 before I call it? Lots of timestamps. YouTube will have the VODs as soon as I get around to timestamping it, but like 3 hours is actually like 6 hours of timestamping because you have to like I have to watch through it and like pause it and then manually like type it out and stuff. Yep. And by the way, if you want to see some of my first impressions of the Ring City, I streamed them and they should be in my YouTube channel. I get super excited, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, I got super excited there. So some of those thoughts will be there already. Because I did the Ring... My timeline was, I did Dark Souls 3, and then I bought Dark Souls 2. And then I platinumed it 2 days before the Ring City came out. So Dark Souls 2 was super fresh in my head when I did the Ring City. So, we'll probably go back over some of that stuff in the Lorethrough. Alright, see you guys later. Have a great night, everybody.